Hi, welcome to Creative Spark. If you enjoy nature, trips, and camping, or love fireworks and light displays, you shouldn't miss this video and the ones coming next. Alright, let's make a simple and safe flare together. At the end, we'll also test if it floats and how bright it is at night. In the first step, weigh 20 grams of sodium nitrate and grind it well. Sodium nitrate is also accessible and produces a very good light. But you can also use strontium nitrate and potassium nitrate for other colors. If you live in a humid environment like me, it's better to thoroughly dry the materials and store them in a sealed container. Now, weigh 2 grams sawdust and grind it again to ensure it's in powder form. You can also use charcoal, powder, and sugar, but sawdust gives us light for a longer time. Also, add 8 grams aluminum powder to them, and after thoroughly mixing, put it back into a sealed container to proceed with the next steps. Now let's move on to the next step and make a casing for it. We need an A4 sheet of paper and some glue for this. We cut the paper lengthwise into 4 sections, measuring 12 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 4.5 centimeters, and 2.5 centimeters. First, we roll the 12 centimeters paper around a rod. To make it more secure, I use a glue stick. Make sure the rod can move freely inside the paper roll, and then secure it with tape. Attach a 12 centimeters long string to it and seal the end with tape. If you want it to be waterproof, cover it with 5 centimeters wide tape. We roll the 2.5 centimeters paper in the same way. Apply glue to the outer surface of the 2.5 centimeters paper roll and roll the 4.5 centimeters paper over it. Attach a string longer than 7 centimeters to this part as well, but it should face inside the roll. Seal the end with tape and make it waterproof with 5 centimeters wide tape. Now, roll the 10 centimeters paper around the 12 centimeters roll and tape it. Make sure it moves not too loose and not too tight. Make this part waterproof with 5 centimeters wide tape as well. Do not seal the end for now. All right, it's time to fill the casing with flare powder. The 12 centimeters roll should be filled with powder. I had a carbon tube of the same size and use it for added strength while filling. You can also make one with a PVC pipe. First, pack some cotton or tissue at the end of the paper tube to prevent the flame from moving back at the end of burning. Now, gradually pours in the powder and compress it. This powder is not sensitive to impact, so you can safely use a hammer to compress it. All right, this is going to give us light for over 2 minutes. You can skip this step and use a lighter to ignite it. I'm doing it just for demonstration and presentation purposes. Cut one matchstick from the top by about 1 centimeter and cut 5 or 6 other matchstick into pieces about 5 to 6 millimeters long. Now we make a small space in the plaster powder and place the 1 cm matchstick piece inside it with the cut side down. Next, arrange the 5 mm matchstick around it so that their tips point toward the center. Use superglue or a 1-2-3 glue to secure the matchstick. Be careful not to get glue on the tips of the matchstick. Now it's time for match striker, following the demonstrated method. Cut the match striker paper into 2 layers and glue them together for strength. Its width should be less than the metal rod we used. Since its length is over 2.5 centimeters, we can fold it or cut it to use for 2 flares. Attach match striker to the cap string, and this part is now complete. Mark 7 centimeters on the metal rod. Then, using the core rod, insert it up to the marked point. Attach the string to the end of the shell and cut off the excess. This string prevents the core from moving forward more than 7 centimeters. We also seal the end of the shell with tape. Now the shell can serve as a safe handle to hold. This step isn't necessary. I'm only doing it for aesthetics. You can use colored paper as well. Make sure the tape is applied in a way that it doesn't peel off when opening the flare's cover. A small piece of cotton can keep the tip of the flare stable during movement. It's better to use a differently colored tape where the cap attaches to the shell. Make sure its direction is opposite to the tape underneath. I fold the edge to make it easier to open. let's test it. Oh, I used a bit too much glue, so it lit up with a delay. The flare stayed in water for 1 minute. Now, let's see how it performs at night. I think a hobbit mistook me for Gandalf. Nature is sacred, and we must treat it with respect. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in creative, scientific, and fun buildable projects, stay with us by subscribing and don't miss the next videos.